Prince Harry's latest media appearance has erupted into one of the most talked-about moments of his post-royal life. A guest spot on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, meant to promote his tell-all memoir Spare, devolved into a tense standoff between humor and entitlement that left viewers stunned. Social media ablaze, and the reputation of the Duke of Sussex teetering in the balance. The tension was apparent from the start. Sitting under the bright studio lights of Colbert's late-night set, Harry opened the interview with the expectation of light-hearted promotion but quickly veered into a serious discussion about identity, legacy, and respect. What should have been an opportunity for Harry to win over a largely American audience instead became a clash over royal privilege that many found tone-deaf and unnecessary. The friction began when Colbert, known for his comedic flair, greeted Harry casually, omitting the title, Your Royal Highness. Harry interrupted with a correction. It's Your Royal Highness, actually, and an uneasy laugh swept through the studio audience. Colbert, ever the showman, tried to defuse the moment by jokingly referring to Harry as Your Royal Cheese Whiz and Prince of Tantrums. The crowd chuckled, but Harry's expression remained firm. What followed was an uncomfortable standoff that blurred the lines between comedy and confrontation. As Colbert pushed back, quipping that the royal title seemed less relevant after Harry's departure from royal duties, Harry shot back with a mix of defensiveness and entitlement. It's not about the duties, he stated. It's about respect. That title is my birthright. The conversation took a sharp turn as Colbert challenged Harry's insistence on royal recognition, noting the inherent privilege of clinging to a title while publicly rejecting the institution it represents. Harry, visibly agitated, countered that his demands were not about privilege but principle. You don't lose who you are just because you step away from a role, he said. The audience, unsure whether to applaud or remain silent, was caught in the crossfire of the escalating disagreement. As the interview progressed, the focus briefly shifted to Harry's memoir. In Spare, he paints a raw and often unflattering portrait of life within the royal family, airing grievances about his upbringing, the loss of his mother, and the perceived coldness of the monarchy. It's not about revenge, Harry insisted. It's about breaking the cycle of generational trauma. But Colbert was quick to question whether airing such personal issues in a public forum was the right way to achieve healing. Do you ever worry, Colbert asked, that speaking so openly might do more harm than good? Harry's response, a mix of defensiveness and deflection, failed to ease the tension. Sometimes the truth hurts, he replied, but silence is worse. The discussion, already fraught, spiraled further as Harry began to dig in his heels. At one point, he accused Colbert of disrespecting not just him but the institution of the monarchy, a statement that left even his supporters scratching their heads. Colbert, clearly frustrated but still maintaining his composure, tried to steer the interview back on track, but Harry seemed unwilling to let go of the perceived slight. The breaking point came as the exchange reached a fever pitch. Harry, addressing the audience directly, reiterated his commitment to using his platform for good, only to be interrupted by Colbert signaling for the curtain to fall. The sudden conclusion shocked everyone in the room. Harry, visibly angered, protested the abrupt ending as Colbert thanked the audience and moved to the next segment. The fallout from the interview was immediate and explosive. Social media platforms lit up with debates over Harry's behavior, Colbert's handling of the situation, and the broader question of whether royal titles have a place in the modern world. Critics accused Harry of arrogance and hypocrisy, questioning how someone who has criticized royal protocol could demand royal deference. You can't have it both ways, one commentator wrote on Twitter. Others leapt to Harry's defense, arguing that his insistence on respect was a human right, not a royal privilege. The media coverage was equally polarized. Some outlets praised Colbert for walking the fine line between comedy and journalism, while others criticized him for failing to engage Harry in a more meaningful dialogue about his book. The show's ratings, however, told a different story. The episode saw a significant spike in viewership, with millions tuning in to witness the drama unfold. For Colbert, the controversy was a professional win. For Harry, the long-term consequences remain unclear. This public debacle comes at a precarious time for Harry, who has been navigating life outside the royal family with mixed success. His memoir, while a bestseller, has been polarizing, with some hailing it as a brave act of vulnerability and others dismissing it as self-indulgent. His relationship with the British monarchy, already strained, is unlikely to recover anytime soon, especially after the spectacle of this interview. Perhaps the most striking aspect of this incident is what it reveals about the larger conversation surrounding royalty in the 21st century. Harry's insistence on the relevance of his title speaks to a deeper struggle to reconcile his past with his present. As the institution of monarchy faces increasing scrutiny, Harry's public demand for recognition feels out of step with the modern world's push for egalitarianism. For now, the incident has cemented itself as another chapter in the ongoing saga of Prince Harry's post-royal life. Whether it will ultimately help or hinder his efforts to redefine himself outside the shadow of the crown remains to be seen. One thing is certain: Harry's appearance on The Late Show has left an indelible mark, not just on late-night television but on the broader cultural discourse surrounding royalty, privilege, and the price of truth.